Hi friends, good morning, good afternoon. So this is the last math lesson for now, for a while, okay? So we're gonna learn 3 new vocabulary words, and they are certain, possible, and impossible. This is lesson 13, chapter 10, lesson 13. So our first vocabulary word, it says without looking, is it certain, possible, or impossible to pick a purple circle from each bowl? So we're not gonna look as we pull, but we have to look to see what's in there first. So this little girl says, it is certain that I will pick a purple circle. The reason she is certain is because that's all that's in there. So if she reaches in to pull one out, she knows for a fact that she's going to pick out purple because there's no other options. Right? There's 4 and they're all purple. So she knows for a fact 100% that she will pull out a purple. This little boy says, it is possible that I will pick a purple circle. The reason it's possible is because we learned last lesson, more likely, less likely, equally likely. It's more likely that he will pull out a purple circle, but it's possible that he could get green. Even though there's only one, it's not impossible for him to pick out that green one, right? He could potentially get that green one, but most likely he's going to get purple. So that's why his vocabulary word is possible. And our last friend here says, it is impossible for me to pick a purple circle. And that's because there are no purple circles. She has 3 circles and not one of them are purple. So there is no way she's going to be able to pull out a purple circle. Okay? So I kind of started working ahead here, but what we're going to do is we're going to look at these together, and I want you and I encourage you to quiz yourself and to pause the video and ask yourself, is it certain, possible, or impossible? And then press play and see if you're right. So this first one is the outcome that we're going to pull a red circle. Is it certain, possible, or impossible? Well, let's look. There's 4. And out of those 4, 2 are red. So it's possible. Because it's possible, I could also pull out a blue or a yellow. So number 1 is possible. Okay. Number 2, what the outcome that we're going to pull a green circle? Well, let's see. We have 1 red, 2 yellow, and 1 blue. So it is impossible to pull a green. There is no way we can pull out a green out of that bag because there are no green in that bag. And let's see, number 3, the outcome is yellow. It's going to be certain because out of that bag, there's 4 things in that bag and they're all yellow. So you know that you're going to pull out yellow because there's nothing else to even have an option to pull out. Okay? All right. Number 4, the outcome is 4 corners. So let's see. We have a circle that doesn't have any corners. This one, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners, so that's not possible. This one's a triangle, and it has 3 corners, so we know that's not possible. So it is impossible to pick something out of this bag with 4 corners. And number 5, let's see. The outcome that we're going to pull something out of this bag with 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, an oval, 1, 2, 3. So it is possible. Not impossible because there's 2 in there, and it's not certain because there's a chance you can pull out this oval, right? So possible. I just decided to skip number 6. Okay, and then we're going to look at the back now. So it's getting a little bit more specific and not just color, but it's the same thing. And now we only have 2 outcomes. So number 4, the outcome that we're going to pull something out with 4 sides. Well, if we look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's impossible. Nothing in this bag that we pull out is going to have 4 sides. All right, number 9, the outcome is going to be a triangle. Well, these are all triangles, so we know that it is certain that we're going to reach into this bag and pull out a triangle. Excuse me. Number 10, the outcome rectangle. Well, let's see. This is a rectangle, just a skinny one. This is a rectangle, and this is a rectangle. So we know, again, that we are certain that when we reach into this bag, what we pull out is going to be a rectangle. Number 11, outcome 5 corners. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if we're looking to pull something out with 5 corners, all the things in this bag have 3 corners. So we know that it is impossible. There is no way that if we reach into this bag, we're going to be able to pull something out with 5 corners. And number 12, plane figure. Remember, plane figures are flat, and 3D figures kind of look like this. So we have one 3D figure and 2 plane figures. So we know that this is going to be possible. Number 13, our outcome is a solid figure. So we have 2 solid figures, 1 plane figure. So we know if we reach into this bag, it's going to be possible. It's not impossible because there's 2 out of the 3. It's possible because we could pull out a plain one, or we could pull out solids. Okay, now I would encourage you again to get a separate piece of paper and to do these by yourself. So I would draw a circle and color in there what it asks for. So number 14 says certain to pick a red circle. Well, that means that everything you have in here is going to be red, right? Because if we're certain, that means that there's no other chance for us to pull out any other color. That means everything in the bag has to be that color. We're certain it's going to be red because everything in here is red. Okay, number 15, possible to pick a blue rectangle. So go ahead and try that. Write up, put something in your bag, make it possible, which means you have to have at least 1 blue rectangle in your bag. But you could have 1 and everything else could be a circle. You could have 3 and everything else and 1 thing be a triangle. Okay, but you have to have at least 1 because it has to be possible. And then number 16, impossible to pick a yellow triangle. So that means everything that you put in that bag has to be something besides a yellow triangle. It can be a triangle, it just can't be a yellow triangle. All right, so you got to make sure that you don't have any yellow triangles in that bag because it's impossible. So we know for a fact that if we reach into that bag and pull something out, it will not be a yellow triangle. But I encourage you to do 15 and 16. We did 14 together. 14 is pretty easy, okay? But go ahead and get a piece of paper, try 15 and 16, and I would love to see what you come up with. So if you have any questions, have mom or dad email me, okay? And I look forward to seeing your bags and to see what you came up with. All right, have a good day, friends.